Okay, these are the week 2 rankings. All the stuff for the league is going to be on the YouTube now. I'm not doing any more stuff on stream. It's just easier to do it recording. So week 2 rankings, Detroit in at 20. Rough last season, started off rough again. So Hayden, same with Kansas. It was a rough week 1 for them and a rough season last season. So they got a big hill to climb to prove that they deserve to be ranked higher. So that's why they're at 18 and 20. Chicago haven't played yet. The teams below them just kind of won, so I had to move them down. Denver, pretty good week 1. Still the worst overall roster in the league, but they did really good week 1. Like, their prep was insane. So if Cryptid keeps going like that, this team can go higher and higher and higher. Carolina, Vegas. I see these teams as pretty even teams, but they just beat Carolina, so I think they're a little bit better. They proved to be better week 1. Lon and the Rams, this was a big move. This is a big jump up for them. They were 18 or 19 up to 14. This was a big jump. So Lon had a very rough season 1 and a very rough start to season 2, and then he came out of nowhere and made playoffs, and then he had a huge week 1. So like Lon could straight up be like the most improved player in the entire league, like for this season, like maybe ever. He could be the most improved player ever. He really could be. So Lon 14, pretty good. If he has another good game, I don't know where he could be, but like he went off. He got 5 kills with his ice horse, the glass tree or whatever it's called. It was insane. So Lon, good job. You're at 14. Ninja 13, dropped 1 spot. Like I said, his team's pretty fucking hard to use, and when he gets left in a shit spot, things are just gonna die, and that's kind of what happened. I don't remember off the top of my head who was versing. I think it was... Was it Frost? I think it might have been Frost. I don't remember off the top of my head, but... Actually, I have it here. Let's have a look. Let's see who he versed. He versed... It was Frost. Yeah. So like whenever he got in a bad position, something just died. So that's what I thought would happen, and that's kind of what did happen. So it was rough, but he has to kind of like figure out how to position his team properly. Otherwise, he might keep falling down the thing. But we'll see. Who does he play next week? He plays... I think it's Onyx. Yeah, Onyx's team is really good. Onyx's team is really, really good, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very tough game, but he might be able to do it. He might be able to do it. Swordfish. Very similar game to Ninja. So I had to move, he moved down 1 as well. Just couldn't keep up with his opponent, really. There were a few misplays, I guess, like few questionable decisions that I think I couldn't put him below Ninja because the loss wasn't like so much worse that I had to go below Ninja and the Steelix, but it was still a rough loss. He plays me next, so we'll see how he goes. I was prepping with my team for Honix after I did the rankings, and my team's not good. It is not good. It is pretty shit. So yeah, we'll see how he goes. This was probably the biggest move, I think. The B drill's going to 11. I had a lot of like questions about this team. If I remember off the top of my head, this was the team that looked like a lot better, but it's only like really like the top 6 Pokemon that are insane, and then the bottom 6 are a bit rough, or the bottom 5. But if you just bring your best Pokemon to kind of kick ass with them, then if no one's going to stop him, then you're just going to keep winning. So it was a good win for him. He played pretty fucking well, and my necklace just broke. Sad. Anyway, yeah, it's a good win for him. Onyx and the Slowkings. So this is my game against Onyx. His team's good. Like, his team is really, really good. Like, out of all the teams so far, he has the best. like whatever all the teams we've gone through in the rankings so far, he has the best team. He just has to kind of put it together. I saw how he team built or how he went through his like strategy and everything. It was very solid. Like he has a very strong strategy. The execution was just a little bit off, and I think that was kind of like the problem. I think that's kind of been like the downfall of his kind of last 2 seasons. His plans are good, his prep is good, but his execution has just kind of fallen apart a little bit. So I think in order for him to kind of really start putting some wins together, he has to kind of play a little bit better. Like against me, he brought a Swords Dance Weavile, which would have just absolutely ruined my team. But he kind of didn't execute it as he should have, because it would have absolutely run through my team. I would have lost. I straight up would have lost. But yeah. And then Frost had a very good game. The Titans, Tennessee, at 9 had a very, very good game. Played well. I really debated like putting him above Green Bay. I really considered it, but Green Bay's team is just, I think it's just a tier better. I think it's just a little bit better, and we'll just see how he goes. If he gets another win and like plays like he does in season 1, then this could be like a big threat. This team, Green Bay is still a very impressive team. It was a rough loss to the 20th ranked team. I was going to put them a lot lower, and then I kind of had a second thought and just thought, this team is good. It was his first game. We'll give him another chance to see like he can continue to prove himself. But I have to put it at 8 now. New York, they haven't played. If they lose, they will probably drop under Tennessee, depending on like how the game goes and everything. If they win, they'll probably stay where they are, I think. Number 6 is Cleveland. I had this team at 10. That's like my hot take. I think I was just wrong. Like Fruit Loops is just too good. He's just too good. He's just too good of a coach. So his team very similar to like the B drills. The starting 6 that he's going to bring every week is going to be good. It's probably going to be better than any other starting 6, maybe outside of. It's going to be up there with the top 3 teams, maybe the best. It's just the rest of the roster is pretty bad, but like same thing as Philadelphia. Like if you're good enough, just use them, and if your team's just better than your opponents, who gives a shit if they know what team you're going to bring? If you're just better, you're better. My team, the top 5 didn't change. We all won. When I was prepping with my team, it was rough. This was just so much worse than my team was last season, so I couldn't move myself up. All the other teams played pretty good. Wild Chargers did lose. They lost to Houston, but it was a good game. It was a very close game. Still think the Wild Chargers are better than me, my team, and Buffalo. I just think they're better. I think they're clearly the top 3 teams. Seattle did pretty good. Like Cleveland went like toe to toe with them, so that's why I had to move them up so high. Even though Cleveland lost, I have to move them from 10 to 6. Fruit Loops is just too good. Like he's not like New York and Green Bay, like Tennessee. Like these teams are better, but like Fruit Loops is just a better coach. So honestly, I think they're 6. If we go over like the matchups next week, real quick. So Acid and to the Wild Chargers and the Beef, that's like a big game, and they'll like tell us a lot. They'll tell me if Acid really deserves to be in the top 3. They'll tell me if Wild Chargers really deserve to be in the top 3 amongst the best teams. Like week 1 and 2 against the best team in the league, in my opinion, versus like the defending champion. So if he really deserves to be among the top 3, he'll win this game. If he goes 0-2 against these, then he probably deserves to be like in maybe the top of like the tier 2 teams. So we'll see. We'll see how the game goes. Tennessee and Kansas, Charizard. That's a big game for the Charizards. If they lose and go 0-2 after like the rough season last year, it's gonna be tough to come back. It's gonna be tough to come back because then they have the Aqua Jets, new coach but a very good team. Then they have Seahawks. That's a rough game. And then they have Axolotl. That's a rough schedule too. This is a tough schedule. That's rough. So I think Buffalo. That's a winnable game. Aqua Jets. That's a winnable game. Seahawks. Probably not. That's a rough game. I don't think like many people are really going to beat Seattle. So if we consider that a loss, and we even consider week 5 and then 3 a win, we just mark them off as a win. It's going to come down to this game. Like this is a must-win game. It really is a must-win game for the Charizards. Like they need to win. It's a big game for Swordfish as well against me. Like he really needs to win. Next week he has Rams, which Lon, if he wins again, then Lon could be like. Then he has Panchams, who I would say if I had to pick a winner, I'll probably say that Jolteon would win that one. And then he has the Beedrills, who just kind of destroyed week 1. So this is a very important game. If he loses against me, it might be tough for Swordfish to make playoffs. So it'd be tough. Any other like really big games? This one here is huge. Steelix and Slowkings. So Ninja and Onyx. This is a huge game for both teams. Neither of these teams want to start 0-2. Onyx has a rough record of kind of crumbling in the final week of the season in order to make playoffs. If he loses this game, he has to win out the rest of the season to like guarantee playoffs. And if it's going to come down to week 5, and he's going to come down to his week 5 battle where he has to win to make playoffs for the 3rd season in a row, I don't know if he can do it. I think he'll crumble under the pressure. And then Ninja's never been on a losing streak, so he's never lost 2 games in a row, I don't think. So it's gonna be tough. Like his team, I don't even know if it's worse than it was the season before. It's just so much harder to use. Like the power level is the same, the difficulty is so much harder. Like I know I keep saying it, like it is so hard to use. So if he falls to 0-2 with his team being so hard to use, and he has Bidoof next, and then he has me in week 5, and then Acid in week 4. Holy shit. Ninja's schedule's brutal. Like I said, Ninja has to win this game. Ninja has to win this game even more than the first one I was talking about, even more than the Charizards. Like Ninja has to win this game. It is so important that Ninja wins this game. If Ninja doesn't win this game, he could go 0-5. He has Cleveland, brutal game. Acid, Wild Chargers, brutal game. And then me and the Pelicans is a brutal game. That's 2, depending on like the results of week 2. Like he could finish the season, his last 3 weeks, against top 5 teams. That's crazy. So Ninja has to win. Like Ninja has to win this game. It's not even a question. He has to win. So they're the rankings for week 2. There should be some pretty fun games. Make sure you all get them done. You all did pretty good week 1, so very good. I'm probably going to review some games next, so make sure you press the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon, okay? Because you wanna watch these videos when they come out. Yeah, I'll see you also.